After the age of 60, movement starts to mean something different. It is no longer about pushing limits or chasing performance. It becomes about waking up without stiffness, standing up from a chair without hesitation, and trusting the body to respond when balance is challenged. Many people believe that walking alone is enough to protect those abilities, but recent evidence has quietly shifted that belief. The body after 60 responds best to movements that are intentional, controlled, and deeply supportive of joints, circulation, and balance. There is a growing realization that certain muscles stop receiving the signals they need when movement becomes repetitive and predictable. Walking is valuable, but it follows the same pattern every time. Over the years, this leaves important stabilizing muscles underused, especially those responsible for posture, blood flow, and reaction speed.
That is often why someone can walk daily and still feel weaker, less steady, or more fatigued during everyday tasks. This is where isometric movement changes the conversation. These exercises involve holding gentle tension without joint motion, allowing muscles to activate more fully while keeping the body safe. For older adults, this style of movement has shown an unusual ability to improve strength, balance, and circulation in a surprisingly short amount of time. The simplicity of these exercises is often what makes them so powerful, because they can be done consistently without fear or strain. What makes this especially important is how directly these movements connect to daily life. Getting out of a chair, carrying groceries, climbing stairs, or catching balance during a misstep all rely on muscles that walking alone does not fully train. When those muscles weaken, independence quietly shrinks. When they are strengthened, confidence returns in subtle but meaningful ways. This video is designed to walk through 5 isometric wall exercises that support the entire body in a balanced way. Each movement builds on the last, starting with the most accessible and progressing toward the one that consistently shows the greatest impact on strength, balance, and circulation. None of these exercises require equipment, speed, or pain tolerance. They require only attention, steady breathing, and respect for the body's limits. There is one movement near the end that is often underestimated, yet it targets an area that plays a central role in both mobility and heart health. It is the kind of exercise that does not look impressive, but quietly transforms how the body feels and functions over time. That is why it is saved for last, and why it deserves careful attention. Before we continue, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, and take a moment to comment where you're watching from. It's always great to see people from different places taking care of their health. Exercise 1. Wall chest press. This first movement focuses on pushing strength, an ability that quietly fades faster than most people realize after the age of 60. Pushing strength is not about building large muscles. It is about being able to rise from a chair, steady the body during a stumble, open heavy doors, and carry everyday objects with confidence. When this strength declines, daily tasks begin to feel heavier, even if walking endurance remains unchanged. The wall chest press uses isometric tension to wake up muscles that walking never truly challenges. The chest, shoulders, upper back, and deep core all activate together, while the joints remain protected. This combination makes the exercise especially valuable for aging bodies, because it delivers strength without impact or strain. The body learns to generate force safely, which translates directly to real-life movement. To begin, stand facing a wall at arm's length. Place both palms flat against the wall at about chest height, elbows bent comfortably. Feet are planted firmly on the floor, hip width apart. The spine stays tall, and the head remains aligned over the shoulders. There is no rushing here, only controlled positioning. Gently lean weight forward and press the palms into the wall as if trying to move it. The effort should feel firm but controlled, never aggressive. The chest and shoulders engage, while the core lightly tightens to support the spine. Breathing stays calm and steady, with no breath holding. Hold this press for about 5 to 10 seconds, then slowly release. Rest briefly and repeat. Begin with around 5 controlled holds and gradually build toward 10 or 12 as strength improves. The distance from the wall controls difficulty. Standing farther back increases the challenge, while stepping closer reduces it. Over time, this exercise improves posture, upper body strength, and reaction ability. It supports safer movements during daily tasks that require pushing or bracing. While walking keeps the body moving forward, this movement teaches the body how to resist, stabilize, and protect itself when life pushes back. Exercise 2. Wall hip abductor press. This movement focuses on the muscles along the outer hips, an area deeply connected to balance and side-to-side stability. These muscles help control how the pelvis moves when stepping, turning, or shifting weight. When they weaken, the body often feels less steady, even if leg strength seems adequate during straight-line walking. The wall hip abductor press brings attention to these often ignored muscles in a safe and controlled way. Instead of moving quickly or lifting weight, the body learns to create strength through steady pressure. This helps restore communication between the hips, core, and legs, which is essential for confident movement after 60. To set up, stand sideways next to a wall with one shoulder closest to it. One hand rests lightly on the wall for balance. The outside of the knee or upper thigh gently touches the wall. The feet remain grounded, and the spine stays tall without leaning. Begin pressing the outer knee or thigh into the wall while keeping the body upright. The pressure comes from the hip, not from leaning the torso. A firm, deep sensation should be felt along the side of the hip and upper leg. The lower back stays relaxed, and the pelvis remains level. Hold this pressure for about 8 to 10 seconds while breathing steadily. Release slowly and rest before repeating. Perform several controlled holds on one side before switching to the other. Difficulty can be adjusted by how firmly the leg presses or how close the body stands to the wall. This exercise strengthens the muscles that protect the hips and help prevent sideways instability. Over time, it supports smoother steps, better balance reactions, and greater confidence during daily movements. Walking moves the body forward, but this exercise teaches the body how to stay upright and controlled when movement happens in unexpected directions. Exercise 3. Wall side plank hold. This exercise targets the side of the body, an area that plays a major role in posture, balance, and spinal support. These muscles act like an internal stabilizing system, helping the body stay upright during reaching, turning, and carrying. When they weaken, the spine becomes less supported, and movements begin to feel less secure. The wall side plank hold activates the deep core, shoulder stabilizers, and side body muscles all at once. Because the wall provides support, the exercise remains accessible while still delivering powerful benefits. It strengthens the muscles that protect the spine and shoulders without placing stress on the joints. To begin, stand sideways next to a wall with one shoulder closest. Place the forearm against the wall. Elbow bent comfortably. The feet are either staggered or slightly apart, whichever feels more stable. The body forms a straight line from head to feet. Press the forearm gently into the wall and lift the ribs away from the hip, creating length through the side of the body. The core engages lightly, as if preparing for a gentle cough. The neck stays long, and the shoulders remain relaxed. Hold this position for about 10 to 15 seconds while breathing calmly. The effort should feel steady, not strained. Release slowly and rest before repeating. Perform several holds on one side, then switch to the other. This movement builds lateral strength that walking does not address, It helps prevent the rounding of the shoulders, supports healthier spinal alignment, and improves stability during everyday tasks. Over time, it contributes to better balance, reduced back discomfort, and a stronger sense of control in daily movement. Exercise 4. Isometric wall squat. This movement focuses on the muscles that allow the body to sit, stand, climb, and stabilize. These muscles are essential for independence, yet they often weaken faster than expected with age. When standing up from a chair becomes difficult, daily life begins to feel more restricted. This exercise directly addresses that challenge in a controlled and joint-friendly way. The isometric wall squat strengthens the thighs, hips, and glutes without impact. By holding the position rather than moving repeatedly, the muscles learn to stay active under load while the joints remain supported. This makes it especially valuable for older adults who want strength without unnecessary strain. To begin, stand with the back against a wall and feet placed slightly forward. The feet are about hip-width apart and the toes point forward. Slowly slide down the wall until the knees bend to a comfortable angle. The depth should feel challenging but safe, never painful. Once in position, keep weight evenly distributed through the feet and maintain a tall chest. The core gently engages to support the spine. Breathing remains calm and steady, with no tension in the neck or shoulders. Hold the position for about 10 to 20 seconds, then press through the feet to return to standing. Rest briefly before repeating. Start with a few controlled holds and gradually increase as strength improves. The depth of the squat and the length of the hold can be adjusted to match ability. This exercise builds strength where it matters most for daily life. It improves the ability to rise from chairs, climb stairs, and maintain stability when footing is uncertain. While walking keeps the legs moving, the wall squat teaches them how to support the body when it truly counts. Exercise 5. Isometric. Wall calf. Raise hold. This final movement focuses on an area that quietly influences both mobility and circulation. The calf muscles play a key role in pushing the body forward during walking, but they also help move blood back toward the heart. When these muscles weaken, steps become shorter, balance reactions slow, and the legs often feel heavier or more tired. The isometric wall calf raise hold strengthens the calves without impact and trains the ankles and feet to respond more quickly. Because the movement is controlled and supported, it is especially suitable for aging bodies. Over time, it supports steadier walking, improved balance, and healthier circulation. To begin, stand facing a wall with fingertips resting lightly against it for balance. The feet are hip-width apart, toes pointing forward, and the full foot rests on the floor. Slowly shift weight toward the balls of the feet and lift the heels, growing taller through the body. At the top of the movement, keep the ankles stable and the knees softly unlocked. The core remains gently engaged, and the posture stays upright. There is no leaning into the wall, only light contact for balance support. Hold this raised position for about 8 to 15 seconds while breathing steadily. Then slowly lower the heels back to the floor with control. This slow return is an important part of the exercise, helping the muscles and circulation adapt. Begin with several controlled holds and increase gradually as strength improves. This movement supports stronger steps, better balance, and lighter-feeling legs. When combined with the previous exercises, it completes a simple routine that strengthens the body in ways walking alone cannot. As the body ages, the goal of movement becomes simpler and more meaningful. It is no longer about doing more, but about preserving the ability to live freely and confidently. The 5 exercises covered here work together to support that goal. Each one strengthens a different system that walking alone often leaves behind, from upper body stability to hip control, core support, leg strength, and circulation. When these systems are trained consistently, everyday activities begin to feel easier. Standing up, reaching, turning, and walking with confidence all rely on the quiet strength built through these controlled holds. Over time, the body becomes more responsive, balance improves, and movement feels safer rather than uncertain. What matters most is not intensity, but consistency. These exercises can be done at home, at a comfortable pace, and adapted to how the body feels on any given day. That flexibility is what allows progress without fear. Small efforts repeated regularly create lasting strength. Aging well is not about avoiding movement, and it is not about pushing through pain. It is about choosing movements that respect the body while keeping it capable. When strength, balance, and circulation are supported together, independence has a chance to last much longer. What's one daily activity you want to keep doing comfortably as you get older? If this video was helpful to you, give it a like and subscribe to the channel. That support helps us keep creating content to help people stay strong, active, and independent for longer.